folk music that you play there? What is that? How do you call that folk music?
I think it was Studs Terkel who asked Big Bill Brunzi, did he consider his blues music to be folk music? And Big Bill says, well, never heard no horses.
Don't hesitate. It could be your ticket to a new tomorrow.
Yodelee-doodle-lee, yodelee, hey, yodelee-doodle-lee. For oh so long, I hung my head, acting like a proper fool, despising the world and a brooding about the way it all seems so cruel. Yes, never realizing how time was passing with me, dwelling on my many regrets. Then one day I threw them down and I started looking around. I never stopped to find them yet. Say if you're wondering why I yodel when I haven't got a reason to. If you're wondering why I yodel, gotta tell you, I do too. But I do without a reason. And you could call me medicinal. Hey, what can I say if you're wondering why I yodel? Yodelee-doodle-lee, yodelee, hey, yodelee-doodle-lee. Ain't gonna do no good if you do yourself no good. Might as well try to make it your day. Cause if you're waiting for some help and don't entertain yourself, you're gonna find yourself pretty dismayed. So why not yodel while you work, even yodel when you hurt, cause nothing's ever gonna change. You might as well keep them wondering why you're happy all the time. That's the secret of the game. See if you're wondering why I yodel when I haven't got a reason to. If you're wondering why I yodel, gotta tell you, I do too. But I do it without a reason. And you could call me medicinal. Hey, what can I say if you're wondering why I yodel? Yodelee-doodle-lee, yodelee, hey, yodelee-doodle-lee.
All right. The show is Horses Sing None of It, and our guest is Mark Brine. Welcome back to the show. It's been a long time.
It has been a good few years, that's for sure. It's great to be back, and I greatly appreciate you having me back. I really do. And it's a real treat.
Tell us about that song you just did.
Well, that's the cutoff first song on that CD I got out now that has done pretty good for me. It's but kind of a novelty song kind of thing, obviously, and it's a pretty diverse album. It's got a lot of different styles on it, but done mostly with dobro guitar and fiddle and bass, and recorded in a live style where it's just no overdubbing or anything like that kind of thing. So.
And this is the album that won the Folkgrass CD of the Year by the National Traditional Country Music Association.
It sure did.
2013.
That's right.
It's a nice accomplishment.
I'm quite proud of it. I'm glad that, the players that played on it were some friends of mine from New England that I had been doing some jobs with, and I always had said to them, I'd like to do an album together someday. So it was kind of nice to do that and have that happen, for everybody's sake, it's always nice when you get something like that where other people that are involved, get something good out of it too,
All right. And you were elected to the America's Old Time Country Music Hall of Fame in 2004.
Yep, that's true. And when I was out there to do that, there's a video actually on YouTube of that induction. I was with some friends of mine, Fishkin and Groves. They're like a folk duet from the Boston area, and they backed me up on that show and had a good time taking a trip out there together. We almost got killed, got in a terrible car accident, but we didn't. We were lucky we survived that, and but yeah, the was out in Iowa, and it's kind of funny because we videotaped the whole thing, to make a DVD out of the trip, and all that. Never issued it, but some of that stuff is on YouTube, and that is one of the things on there. But Hank Snow was inducted that day, and his son Jimmy Rogers Snow. So it was pretty,
in
monumental
good company
for me.
you are.
Huh?
You were in good company.
Yeah, it was really good to be, and I'm a big admirer of Hank Snow. So Hank did a lot for me. So I'm very appreciative. So it was great to be able to honor him, along with some friends.
What else do you have for us?
Well, let me do another one from that same collection, all right? Let's try this one. Let's see here. Let me finger pick one. I'm walking in between the raindrops, thinking what my daddy used to say. He'd say, I'm walking in between the raindrops, waiting on the brighter, sunnier day. Whenever Daddy come home in a rainstorm, my mama always thought it awful strange, 'cause he'd never wear a raincoat or an umbrella, yet he's never wet enough to even change. He'd say, I'm walking in between the raindrops, waiting on the brighter, sunnier day. I'm walking in between the raindrops, waiting on the blues to go away. That's where the band comes in. Yeah, I'm walking in between the raindrops, waiting on the brighter, sunnier day. He'd say, I'm walking in between the raindrops, waiting on the blues to go away. So now that life has brought me so much sorrow, a part of me would just as soon give in. But I find myself remembering that old saying, and I sing it to myself again and again. Yes, I'm walking, walking in between the raindrops, waiting on the brightest sunny day. I'm walking, walking in between the raindrops, dodging all the blues that come my way. Yes, I'm walking, walking in between the raindrops, waiting on the brightest sunny day.
That's a catchy tune.
Thank you. Yeah, that one, actually, that's funny because that one there is the one that got a lot of downloads, you know? And it wasn't the one that we were promoting, which is kind of strange, but I don't know. Maybe somebody was playing it somewhere, but, you know, it wasn't the one that we were working, so to speak. But sometimes you pick the wrong one to work. But anyway.
So you grew up in Boston?
Huh?
You grew up in Boston area?
Yeah, I grew up in Cambridge, Mass. During the '60s, and I grew up during the folk boom. You know, when I was like a member of the Club 47 and like 13 years old, and I was used to go down there and you know, see a lot of the different kinds of acts. They had, you know, a lot of great people. I met a lot of great people there. But yeah, I moved to Nashville when I was about 25-ish and everything. But yeah, I went through that whole. As a matter of fact, I wrote a book that's a novel that's out there called The Book of Odes, O-D-E-S. The Book of Odes, Factory Boys is subtitle in parentheses. And it's all about that time in the 1965, 66 area. And it's about working in a factory and printing and wanting to do this for a living and dreaming about it back then. You know, during the summer of love too and all that. It goes for about, it's about a 3-year gap. And yeah, but that's another work I got out, but anyway.
Is information about that on your website?
That would be on my website. If you just search the name, the Book of Odes, Factory Boy, and my name, it'll come up on Amazon and Barnes and Nobles and all them. Kindle, I think it's on. It's a couple different things, yeah. I got two novels out. I got another one that's called The Carol and the True Folk Legend of Jack Frost, which is a, you know, when you say Jack Frost, you think of kids, you know, and the little character of the cartoons, but this is a very serious work about deep kind of like a Da Vinci Code kind of work. Jack Frost is kind of like a metaphor, but that's out there too. And yeah, I got, and recently a publisher in California put out a children's version of that, just taking the little children's stuff out of it, like reducing the story way down, and that's called Jack Frost and the Carol for Kids, but that's not a very deep, you know, it's for children kind of thing, you know. So I got a bunch of works out. I, you know, just, you know, working on promoting them and getting them around, you know. So.
That's great. I did see something about that Jack Frost book on your website.
Yeah. It's, well, they reversed the title for the kids' version because it's more about Jack and that character. But see, mine, there's a lot of movies and stuff and stories about Jack Frost, but mine's the true story. Mine is not, you know, it's not, there's a lot of, you know, what's the word, imagery when you talk about Jack Frost. But this is a true account. It's not a, I mean, it's, you'd have to read it to understand, but it's the third part of the story that, from the Christmas story of Santa and in the Christ part, Bethlehem, it's the missing story that was never told. So that's why they seem very at odds, you know. But this is the missing piece. So, anyway, didn't mean to get in a rant there, but
That's all right.
I guess I'm here to rant a little bit, I suppose, huh? But, so
people can go to your website, markbrine.com.
yeah, they could just search me on Google, and a lot of that stuff will come up. You know, books and different things. You know, I got a lot of albums out. And, today I'm doing songs from 2 of them, but I have about 15 albums out. So, yeah, I'm always plugging.
Why don't you do another one for us?
A long road, huh? Well, this is a long road. Let me do a serious number from the new album, and this is about a friend of mine. Back in those days, actually, around 1966 and all that. Me and Willie, we'd run away out here to Styles Pond and stay here till the early hours, would meet the break of dawn. Then one night Willie drowned here in a still unanswered way. But in the memories of my youth, he's still alive today. Willie would have been my age, but God just didn't plan on Willie's ever growing up to be a full-grown man. But through the spring years of our lives, we pal together here. I talk about the future, but Willie never seemed to hear. Willie, can you hear me? I wish to God that you could. It's almost like you knew it, Willie. I just never understood. Willie, are you happy? Are you where you wanted to be? Or Willie, you ever come back here and reminisce like me? Willie used to say that he could hear God's angels sing. And even to this day I always just sit here listening. And sometimes I swear I can hear them when I stare across the pond. And way off in the distance I swear I'm hearing Willie singing along. Willie, can you hear me? I wish to God that you could. It's almost like you knew it, Willie. I just never understood. Are you where you wanted to be? Or will he ever come back here and reminisce like me? Thank you.
Very nice.
Thank you. There's I will mention to the folks, there's a video of that with the band on YouTube too. That book I was talking about earlier is from that book, the Book of Odes and all that. That it's a story of a friend of mine that drowned a number of years ago, and he's the first poet I ever knew. So he made quite an impression on me. His, his way with words, so to speak.
Oh, we're running short on time. What else would you like to share with us?
Okay, well. Why don't I do one from this other album I got here. This is an answer song to a song Steve Earle wrote. He wrote a song that's kind of known as Come Back Woody Guthrie. Have you ever heard that song? So this is kind of like an answer song. And, called Come, well, I'll just do it. Come back, Woody Guthrie. Yeah, I've heard that song before. And I know the man that wrote it. His intentions, they were pure. Still, I can't help disagreeing about what is ailing us today. Yeah, I see it all so different. So here is what I got to say. Come back, Luke the Drifter. Lord knows we need you more. Tell old Woody Guthrie that we miss him, that's for sure. But politics ain't the problem. They won't solve what's wrong today. You come back, Luke the Drifter. There's been a serious falling away. Luke, you always told us just exactly how it was. You never compromised or patronized or minced your words because you knew what folks needed most and where they'd find a better way. And those parables that you put to song are just as relevant today. Yeah, Luke, you tried to warn us about what the love of money could do and how if we didn't help our neighbor, we could wind up like that too. You told us just like Jesus, who you proudly sang of too, that a house of gold won't save your soul like a heart that's good and true. So come back, Luke the Drifter. Lord knows we need you now. Tell old Woody Guthrie that we miss him. Anyhow, excuse me. But unions ain't the problem. They won't fix what's wrong today. You come back, Luke the Drifter. we need you so much more today. Do unto others as you would have done to you. Luke, that's been thrown away and replaced today with a moral code completely new. Yes, an idolatry and greed that beats all and everything. Even God and family and country. So we the hope that you would bring. You come back, Luke the drifter. Lord knows we need you more. Tell old Woody Guthrie that we miss him, that's for sure. But politics ain't the problem. They won't solve what's wrong today. You come back, Luke the drifter. It's been a serious falling away. You come back, Luke the drifter. Lord knows we need you so much more today. Thank you.
All right. I think we just had enough time to say thank you for coming and sharing your music.
Well, thank you so much, Ralph, for having me, and greatly appreciate it. Let's.
For more information, folks can go to markbrine.com.
They can do that. No, just search me on Google. Just be sure to spell the name right, as they say, because a lot of people think I'm saying Mark Brine, like the typical B-A-B-R-I-A-N, but no, it's Brine, like John Prine with a B. So anyway, let's do, we gonna strum up something together, you and me? Okay. On top of old Smoky, all covered with snow, I lost my true lover by courting too slow. On top of old Smoky, I went there to weep.